Hello!
Hello, it's great to see you at the Tikkabilla House today. How are you feeling? I'm feeling fabulous. You know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you feel, well, just right. You feel happy and you don't know why. And I've been feeling that way ever since I woke up. And when I feel happy, I like to dance. And I like to jump up and down. And I like to sing and... Come with me a minute. There's someone over here who's not very happy at all. Can you guess who? Hello, Tamba. Hello, Tamba.
Oh, hello, Sarah Jane. Hello.
Oh, dear, what's the matter, Tamba?
Nothing.
Well, Sarah Jane, you found Tamba then?
Yes, what's wrong? Is Tamba sick?
No, Tamba has got the grumps.
Oh, the grumps.
And you've had them since you got up, haven't you, Tamba?
I might have.
And you don't know why you've got them, do you, Tamba?
Oh, no.
Oh, how do you cure the grumps, Dr. Simon?
Well, Dr. Sarah Jane, some people are cured of the grumps if you talk to them nicely.
Oh.
But that didn't work, did it, Tamba? And some people are cured of the grumps if you make them laugh. That doesn't work either. Now, you can try playing with them. Tamba, I found your digger that you thought you'd lost.
Oh, dear, have you ever seen such a bad case of the grumps, Dr. Simon? Is there nothing you can do?
Well, there is one thing you can try. You can leave the person with the grumps alone for a while and have some fun yourself. How can people tell what we are feeling?
How can they see what mood we're in?
All we have to do is start revealing our feelings.
This is how we do it. Let's begin.
Oh, if I am happy, this is what I do. I jump up and down, you do it too. Show that you're happy, jump along with me. We're happy for all to see. We're happy, yeah, we're happy. We're happy, you and me.
Oh, if I am grumpy, this is what I do. I stomp around the house, you do it too. Show that you're grumpy, stomp along with me. We're grumpy for all to see. We're grumpy, yeah, we're grumpy. We're grumpy, you and me.
If I am sad, this is what I do. I cry, cry, cry. You do it too. Show that you're sad. Cry along with me. We're sad for all to see. We're sad. Oh, so sad. We're sad. You and me.
Not anymore, we're not. Oh, if I'm excited, this is what I do. I run and run and run. You do it too. Show you're excited and run along with me. We're excited for all to see. We're excited, yeah, excited, yeah, excited. You and me.
So let out your feelings and all will be fine. Different ones at different times. Jump when you're happy and cry when you're sad. 'Cause feelings
On top,
feelings
give you a laugh.
feelings
dig for things like treasure.
Come on.
Oh, while you two go and start the game, I'll go and have a look through the windows. I think that we might see some diggers there. Why don't you say the rhyme with me? How many windows? 1, 2, 3. Round, square or arched? Which one will it be? It's the square window. In this park there are all kinds of diggers. Diggers that children can work on. Christian, Caitlin and Owen are all going to try and catch a duck with their diggers. But first they must put on their seatbelts. Everybody ready? Let's hook a duck. Steady now. Little bit forward, little bit back. Back a bit. Round a bit. Well done, Caitlin. Now the children are digging holes in the ground. Is working very hard to get a really big scoop of soil in his bucket. Up, across. Oh, careful, Owen, don't drop any. And down. Christian is digging a really deep hole. Caitlin and her mum are digging a big hole too. Owen and his daddy are driving this big digger. Good driving, Owen. Now it's Caitlin's turn. She's doing well, isn't she?
You sure you haven't got one of these at home? No? How come you can drive it so well then? You haven't driven it before? Wow. There you go.
Christian is making the scoop open and close like dinosaur jaws. Look at that!
And diggers aren't the only things that dig in the ground. Dogs dig too. And there's a dog in today's story. Shall we have a look at the clock? Tikkabilla, Tockabilla. Tikkabilla, tock. What's the time on the Tikkabilla clock? Well, the long hand is pointing up towards the number 12. Do you know what that means? That means it's something o'clock. And the shorthand is pointing towards the number 9. So the clock says it's 9 o'clock. But what's underneath the clock? It's a bone, just like the one the dog was looking for in today's story. And the story is called The Dog That Dug. There once was a dog who was a bit of a clot. He'd buried his bone and forgotten the spot. He sniffed round the garden in search of his nibble, till he sniffed something nice and started to dribble.
"That must be my bone," he said, "down in the muck. I knew I would find it with a bit of good luck."
So he stuck in his paws and he scratched and he dug, till he found something hard and he gave it a tug. But when he opened his eyes, guess what he'd found? It wasn't the bone he'd left underground. It was an old brown shoe with a hole in the toe that someone had dropped a long time ago.
"I can't eat that,"
said the dog with a frown.
"My bone must be deeper. I'll dig further down."
So he stuck in his paws and he scratched and he dug till he found something else and he gave it a tug. But when he opened his eyes, guess what he'd found? It wasn't the bone that he'd left underground, but a coal mining miner, all covered in soot, very surprised to be tugged by the foot.
"Sorry," said the dog, "I do beg your pardon. I didn't expect to find you in the garden."
The miner yelled, "Bad boy!" and made quite a fuss, then strode down the road to look for a bus.
"Well, I can't eat him," said the dog with a frown. "My bone must be deeper. I'll dig further down."
So he stuck in his paws and he scratched and he dug till he found something else and he gave it a tug. It was terribly heavy and the dog had to battle, but at last it came out with a shake and a rattle. Can you guess what it was, the thing that he found? A tubular train that chuffed underground, with 24 carriages, all full of faces, and a little fat driver in a hat and some braces.
"What are you doing? This isn't my station,"
shouted the driver with great indignation.
"Sorry," said the dog, "I do beg your pardon. I didn't expect to find you in the garden." "Well, I can't eat him," said the dog with a frown. "My bone must be deeper. I'll dig further down." So he stuck in his paws and he scratched and he dug till he found something else and he gave it a tug. But tugging it out was a terrible strain, more of a strain than the tubular train. And when it was out, guess what he'd found, buried away deep under the ground? It was a bone at last, but it wasn't single. It was joined to some others, and they all made a jingle. There were big bones aplenty, and small ones galore. All that was left of an old dinosaur. "What a surprise!"
said the dog.